Welcome to the third and final video on language instruction at Parnassus. I'm Senor Murphy. As was shown in the prior videos, it is extremely important to practice both Latin and Spanish at home 10 to 15 minutes every day. In this video, we'll take a look more in depth at some of the ways you can study Latin and Spanish at home. There are many ways to practice. In the next few minutes, we'll take a look at 5 of them. First, mnemonics. Making a connection between or associating the word and something else to help with memory. This technique is one that I use quite often in the classroom. It really helps in memorizing and makes the process fun. Here are a few of the words that we use mnemonics. Cine, movie theater. Have you seen it at the cine? Carpeta, folder. On here, when I introduce carpeta, I'll quickly tell the students how they come home from school and they find that their parents have purchased a new carpet for the living room. And the carpet is made out of folders. Carpet. Ah, carpeta. Taza, cup. Don't toss the taza. And I'll have a picture of a cup. And as I say that, don't toss the taza, I will toss the picture. Tocino. Have you seen my toes? No. Toes, seen, no. Tocino. Also songs. We have a number of songs that the students are taught to help with their vocabulary. I listed just 2 of them here. Next, kinesthetics. Using body movements to help learn. Again, I've listed some words where we've used kinesthetics to help with memorization. It's easy to use body movements with action verbs. Correr, to run. We'll have them run in place, as we say, correr. Comer and beber. Comer, chomp, chomp. Beber, gulp, gulp. And of course, we're doing the actions for those. You can also use actions to help recall other vocabulary. Some of the ones we've used in class. Siempre, always. And the scholars will just do a little jump. Siempre, say jump. Nunca, never. They stomp their feet. Nunca. Enfermo, they'll cough into their elbow. Enfermo. These can be great activities in the family. You can play Pictionary or charades using either mnemonics or kinesthetics. 3x5 cards are also a great way to help learn the languages. On one side, you'll write either the Spanish or the Latin. On the other side, as much as possible, have a visual to represent the word, what the word means. If you're unable to come up with the visual, then write the English translation. When studying by yourself, set the cards to the side once you have said them correctly. Keep working on the incorrect words until they are correct. After all cards are placed in the correct pile, then start over. When a parent is working with a young scholar, there's no need to understand the target language. Show the English to the child, have them say the Spanish while you're looking at it. From the spelling, you should be able to determine if it is correct. And finally, make a set of cards with English on one side and blank on the other. Then do the same with another set of cards with the Spanish on one side and blank on the other. Then lay them all face down and play the matching game. In our last minute together, let's take a look at Quizlet and my online lesson repository. Here I've gone into the 3G Quizlet, and you'll see we have different sets to study for each chapter. We have the chapter listed, 1A, 1B, 2A are the chapters, and then each chapter is broken down into different parts. And when I send out my regular emails to parents, I will list in their Quizlet with a link and then tell them which set to study. Let's take a look real quickly here at the adjectives 1B Part 1. Once you bring up the chapter and the set, in this case Part 1 for adjectives of Chapter 1b, then you can pick your activity. Let's first take a look at flashcards. And in flashcards, we're going to start at the beginning. You'll notice here we have artistic. You can click anywhere and it flips it over. Artístico. And go to the next one. Good. No. See? Desordenado. You also have a variety of activities you can do here to help when studying Quizlet. Now let's take a look at my online lesson repository. And again, I have links that I will post when I send out my regular emails to parents. Have lessons for 3G, 4G, 1L. I still have lessons in here for 2G from when I taught 2G a couple of years ago. Let's take a look here for 3G, lessons in music. And again, we have the chapter, Capítulo 1A, 1B, then video lessons that I record. These are recorded when we were doing distance learning, and songs to go with that lesson, with that chapter. When I send out my regular email updates to parents, I will have a link in there and list which area you should be studying in Quizlet and in the online repository. So look for those emails that come out at the end of the week and take a look at the links to help you know where you should have your dollars be practicing. And with that, remember que puedes aprender español. If you ever have questions, please reach out to myself or Magister Holzebus.